Alright, well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at Ackbar Data Vault. So I posted a video earlier today. I'm going to play a longer set with this PQ winning list and see if I can win some games with it. So I did experiment with Ackbar Green very early into this set, and now seeing this list refined, won a PQ. I'm going to have to take a look at it and see if it suits kind of my play style. So let's just jump into some games. The score's up there already. And yeah, let's see if we can out-meme ourselves to win some games. I've got one more PQ left in my area of the world, so in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm looking for a deck to play. It's kind of the situation where I've already won the APQ, so I've already got my buy. So I'll be playing purely for fun, and if I play into any of my teammates, then I'll be conceding. So I don't want to take it too serious. All right, so looking at our hands, we have no first turn play. The trick with this deck is that you want to have early units that you can use, preferably like two drops. So you can go first turn, play your 2-drop, second turn, tap, and then play another 2-drop. So we've got one this time, but that's it. Choose side's really good in this matchup against Palp. This is going to be a real test for us in terms of outvaluing our opponent. How greedy are we going to be? Do we keep home one? Do we throw Kira out? I don't think we can take home. I don't think we can keep home one that long. All right, so let's play our Coruscant Guard. So this is a unit that has coordinate. All right, let's claim. So coordinate, if it's got coordinate, then it gets ambush. We don't have any units out. Well, that's unfortunate. We ended up with no plays here. So let's get rid of the skirmisher. It may seem unusual, but what I'm actually going to do is exhaust and generate an X-Wing, which is what we're trying to aim to do most turns. He may create a unit or something here, and we're able to bounce it with Bright Hope next turn. Okay, so he's going to play a Crumb, and then that gets a unit for him. All right. Yep, he's going to set us up for that Coruscant Guard. So I'm going to resource Wedge here, and I'm just going to play a Bright Hope to bounce that unit back. Hang on. Is that right? Do we bounce it back, or do we use it to kill the Crumb? No, I think it's right to bounce it back. We can potentially blue leader to kill that Poggle. An unchecked Poggle is super annoying. Okay, so he's going to be able to kill the X-Wing if he picks to damage, but yeah, he's going to go 2 XP on the Poggle. Kind of ruins our plan now for defeating the Poggle with blue leader. All right, let's claim. We really can't have against traditional villainy decks. We may have had a big unit with Chewbacca on. It really doesn't work in this matchup. All right, so we can Coruscant Guard to kill Crumb, and we can tap and then also play our A-Wing. So I kind of like that move. I'm just trying to spawn as many X-Wings as we can here. And that way we can have a very big Resistance Blue Squadron coming in soon. Alright, I think we kill this Daggett Squadron before he sacks it to draw a card. Let's make him sack his tokens for it. Alright, let's exhaust the X-Wing, and then we can also play our A-Wing out next. Right, so we're kind of getting in that realm where we can hit for 6 with our resistance blue squadron. He's at 7. If he gets any ramp here, then he's going to be able to just take our Bright Hope. So I think I'm going to attack with that first. Okay, we have another Dagger Squadron. So let's hit in our Bright Hope. So we can spawn one more X-Wing there and one more X-Wing when Ackbar's out. So it takes us to 5. And then we also play the Resistance Blue. So we can kill Poggle here. All right. So let's exhaust. He may use his droid here. Yep. Damage us. All right, let's flip. We'll hit in to the trooper and create another token. So we're now sitting at 6. So now we can hit the Poggle for 6. We've got quite a wide board so that he can't really just take, take our biggest unit because they're all tiny. All right, let's get rid of the Y-Wing. Okay, yeah, well, he's going to take... Okay, so we can Plo Koon. My guess is that he's probably going to have, if I was to guess, an overwhelming barrage here. So if that's the case, I think I'm best to hit him with Plo Koon first and make him finish off Plo Koon. It's a shame we didn't have another Resistance Blue Squadron there. Okay, well that's not great. What do we do here? If we choose sides, we'll be able to... We don't get the ambush, though. Well, let's hit into his base. Let's take another X-Wing while we can. All right. He's going to claim, so gives us a chance now to clear the board here. I think we need to clear it. All right, pass. All right, Sanctioner Shuttle is good for small units. Don't think we need that at the moment. Our blue leader can take out his Palpatine. What's he going to take out here? He's probably looking for a Vader with the First Order. He doesn't get it. So we can blue leader. Kill the guard. Everything else is quite a bit awkward. We could waylay, but then he could just play it back out. Yeah. It's all a bit awkward, this one. All right, let's... Pay 2, we'll run into the guard. He's got 3 resources left. Okay, so let's create more X-Wings for our side. kind of at the stage now where we're just going to try and generate as much X-Wings as possible and hopefully outvalue him. And when he plays a huge unit, we want to choose sides. The worst unit for us would be, what would it be? It would be the Relentless. Because we need to get to 10 resources so we can play both here. Right, so the link is in the description of the video and also the link to the deck guide that went up today. I'll post the deck guide one in the chat now. Is he waiting on us? Oh, okay. He must have been waiting on us. So we can maybe just pilot the Chewie and just hit him for 5. All right. We got choose sides again. We'll probably get rid of the Kira now. We want a small drop so we can just easily trade here. We could be hitting with a barrage on the Vader. A traitorous. Well, we just put our options there. We can waylay. We can capture it. I think we just capture it, right? Like, it gets rid of that one. I had a feeling if he had a barrage, he would have played it there. Right, I kind of like that he did that because it allows us to hit with Ackbar and also get another tap out here. Another X-Wing. All right, so he's tapped out now, so we could play a wedge, which would kind of force him to hit in with Vader. I think I like that because we could waylay, but then Vader's just going to run in anyway. And wedge is kind of useless at the moment. It's good out of U-wing and that, but just playing it fresh out like that. Right, what was I going to link? I was going to link that deck guide into the chat. They go through all the cards. We can get our overwhelm damage in. We have overwhelm, or is that just ambush? Okay. Right, timely is excellent here. I'm going to resource down in case he hits a relentless. We need to be at that sort of 10 mark. But a timely, since he's at 10, is going to give us another 5. Yep. We could choose sides with the Vader here, and that will at least trade Palpatine out. Or we could just timely. I think I want to get his Palpatine out. We have a monster timely reinforcements coming soon. Right, so I'm going to post the deck link as well in the chat. This is a list that won a PQ, so let's trade into the Palpatine. The Vader will die at the end of the turn. And we'll just create another X-Wing token. Okay, we're kind of 10 resources now. We don't need to resource out anymore. Let's see what he's got. I'm expecting Devastator. A Relentless. Okay. A Relentless is bad news for us, but good news in the sense that we are at 10 now. So what we can do is play a Waylay, which will do nothing. And then we can choose sides. And we can swap. And now we've got a Relentless. My guess is that he may have a... All right, I'm going to claim here just to get the 8 damage in. My guess is that he may have a Devastator here. All right, so let's get the 8 damage in. Okay, so he's going to play a Reinforcement Walker. Now's a good time for us to timely. All right, so let's claim again. We'll get another 8 damage in while we can with the Relentless. And we also have another timely, so let's resource down. We'll get rid of the Defender. Go to 24. Let's hit in. He's saying good game, so don't think he has the answer for it. Well, he does. He does have the answer. Okay, what can we do here? We can blue leader in that will take out the guard. So let's do that. We can kill the Devastator here because our Anakin will get us to 10. And we'll play our Defender down. Okay, so now we've got Ewing, which is good. Our Anakin again. Would like to be able to play both of those, so maybe the layer has to go there. Well, I would have liked to have kept the layer there then. Let's Ewing. We can layer the Reinforcement Walker. And we'll go with that. So he said good game, and then he played a Devastator. Okay. All right, let's play all our X-Wings out. Yeah. Might be a bit late on this one. Oh, we could. Might be able to pull this one out. Let's have a look. We can hit our... Where is our ship that shoots? Have we not played it? Not played it this game? Blue leader, Plo Koon. I thought we'd played it. Was it the other? We are so close on this one. We can play the blue leader that'll rush in or restore one. The Maul won't be able to kill us, at least initially. But let's... We really need another layer here to block one of these. Just going to be one... not being able to stop one of these will be the issue here. The Peacekeeper will restore for 3, which won't be enough. But we can tap with Ackbar, actually. So he can hit with one of these, yeah. He'll hit with one. We'll tap the Reinforcement Walker. And can he do any damage? Ah. Maul got us. Yeah, that's the thing with this. He says, what a game. That's the thing with this deck. It's yeah, super fun, super interesting matches. None of the games ever feel too much like the same, so all right, let's go again. That was a pretty cool game. So if he didn't have a Maul there, if he had nothing to do sort of any damage like that, I think we would have been able to get that one. All right, so now we're at Mandalorian Red. So we do have a first turn play. I do like when we've got 2 plays, but yeah. Because what we really want with this deck, 2/2 drop, so you can go 2 drop first turn, second turn, create a token, and then develop the board with another unit. Let's take a risk. Let's see. Okay, so that worked out for us. We don't need Wedge because we're going to pull him from Ewing, hopefully. So Coruscant Guard, I like to start with. We'll leave Leia because she can untap resources. All right. Okay, we'll claim. Now, you might think it's more intuitive to attack, but yeah. Okay, maybe not. All right, let's leave the home one for now. We may have to spare the target if he has a fairly big unit with a weapon on. All right, so let's claim. Okay. It seems quite small, so I don't think we'll need the choose sides. So I'm gonna start by exhausting. Since it's a sentinel, we might as well. With his infiltrator skill, he's got saboteur, so he can go straight to base. Okay, so he... took it like that. We can spare the target here. And then next turn we can exhaust the X-Wing and play this Sanctioner shuttle. So let's do that and waste his upgrade. All right, let's claim. We may get the Resistance Blue Squadron. A snapshot as well. Okay, how many Sanctioner shuttles do we need? Let's try it. All right, so we start off by exhausting our own X-Wing, and then we'll be able to capture his upgraded Spec Force with the Sanctioner shuttle. Maybe the A-Wing's better here. Let's take the A-Wing. Just because the A-Wing could have hit the shuttle next turn. All right, Padme, I don't think we need. I think we just take that straight away as well. Then we can exhaust one of our units. If he plays a big upgrade here, we can layer. Yep, Darksaber. Worked out pretty well, so we can exhaust the Mandalorian. We can then bring Ackbar out and then use his ability to tap one of our units. And we're at quite a large fleet at the moment. All right, let's get rid of Bright Hope. Infiltrator skill. See, he's got a tap Ackbar here. Can he tap leaders? No, 6 remaining HP. So that was a mistake by him, because now we can just attack and exhaust his unit. All right, trying to work out what he's doing. Okay. I'll hit base and I'll exhaust his unit. We've got option to U-wing here. We could hit like a wedge. Let's go for that. Plo Koon, not really good. We go just, we could go. Normally you go blue squadron, but he's shielded as well. So let's just take out his, capture his unit at the top there. All right, now we can just hit in for 10. We'll build up flight, quite an armada of ships here. We'll resource Grogu. Has to attack because Ackbar will just do the same thing. We're saving 11. We saved 11 health for the cost of a 2/2. Okay. Seems all in. All right. Hit base for 2. Oh, wow, he's a lot of upgrades. We've got 10 on board. He's only got 30 health base. Again, we're playing the PQ winning list for Ackbar Data Vault. The link is in the description and in the chat. If you want to try it out yourself, just trying to demo how I think it should be played. More about the token generation and see how we're able to win this match here. All right, so we had a close one first up against Pal. That one was less close, but he was hitting for a lot with that Mandalorian. All right, let's trade another game, see who wants to join us. So the Sanctioneer shuttles did quite well on that one. It is a bit toolboxy, this list, you know, like 1 skirmisher, 1 Chewbacca, one Padme. One tech, so it's just a lot of one-off type units. Again, we're running Data Vault as well, so 60 cards, extra 10 cards gives us an extra 3 life. All right, we have a Chancellor Palpatine. The ultimate value creators leaders here. Who's going to create the most value between the two? All right, we are not going to mulligan. I like the Sanctioner shuttles because we can yeah, we want to keep the layer just so that we've got that second turn play as well. So he's just going to claim initiative. We can pop the Grogu out there. I wish I kept the Bright Hope now with that delegate. So what are we going to do here? We're going to tap, play. Yeah, let's see how we go. What happened there? We've reset it back to the previous turn. All right, so we're at 3 resources now. We want to tap and develop the board here. So let's exhaust and play out our delegate here. What we're trying not to do is give him easily flips with his leader. So if we were to, let's just exhaust Grogu. Keep bringing out units. Sure, you can get rid of the layer. Let's see what he's got. All right, let's capture Jin. Let's try and stop him from flipping that leader. Really A-wing. All right, let's exhaust Grogu. Hit for 2. Play blue leader out to the sky and just keep chipping away here. His deck could be very weak to space, specifically because he hasn't even flipped his leader yet. Let's exhaust. Let's just keep chipping away with these X-Wings. He hasn't been able to flip Palpatine at all. We could hit for... So here's one thing you can do with the deck. So let's have a look. So we've got 6 damage. He needs 12. I'm going to play Anakin out. Anakin will take our X-Wing to a 4-5. We'll be able to attack and then put Anakin back in our hand. And then we can take Anakin to the next X-Wing. Hit again, take it back to hand, and once again, put Anakin into an X-Wing, and then we go 12 damage and finish the game off there. So that is pretty much why that Anakin unit is in the deck. 2/3 is not strong on ground by itself, but being able to do that seems pretty good. The text on Anakin is, when attached unit completes an attack and survives, you may return an upgrade to its owner's hand. The boss blue, so we're going to go into hard control. I have no idea how well this deck goes into hard control. Probably not great, but he left. Okay, we'll play a game into Anakin. Would you like to mulligan? No. This seems okay. All right, so we start with a Grogu. Or do we start with an Anakin here? We'll see what he plays, because he has the initiative, not us. If I had the initiative, I'd be tempted potentially to play an Anakin. Okay. All right, let's just play the Grogu down then. Delegate's good. I don't think we need this Anakin now. All right, let's exhaust. Let's play a delegate, which we know he won't be able to kill with Yoda. The Bright Hope is good. I don't think we need the wedge at this stage. Okay, so he's going to take down. Can Sanctioner shuttle the Arc? I think is the right play. And then we can exhaust our delegate and then hit through. One thing Ackbar's going to be able to do once he's out is to actually tap Anakin as well. Let's get rid of the guard. If Yoda hits into our... No, he doesn't. Exhaust. And we're going to pick it up off the ground. Okay, let's pick our delegate up. We can at least waylay his unit going forward as well. Let's pass. Choose sides would be really good on the Yoda. Let's get rid of the delegate. What would have actually been really good is the blue resistance squadron to hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment. All right, let's waylay Yoda. Okay, let's finish off the Arc. All right, let's deploy Ackbar. What do we do here? Do we hit into... Anakin? Do we tap him? I think we hit into him. Let's make some more X-Wings on our side. That way we can Plo Koon. We know we can Plo Koon next turn. All right, I'm going to get rid of this red 5 because I don't want it to knock off my damaged ships. Okay, lay is good. All right. Might as well just Ewing now. Sanctioner shuttle is good. And also the Echo Base Defender. Or the Echo Base Defender is... No, we don't need it because of Yoda. No. We're actually worried about Luke. So let's make Luke more expensive. Yep, there we go. We can say Luke Skywalker. We're on 7. Might as well tap his Cassian here. I don't really want to hit his base much more, do I? Or do I just want to put him in lethal range anyway? All right. Right, he's going to have a Luke now. We can change sides to Luke when he plays it. We can home 1 and we'll get an extra 4 restore on this. I think that's the right way to go. We can just hit our Grogu. And now we can hit in and take our restore. There we go. All right, let's do a trade deal. I'll give you an X-Wing and you can give me a Luke. So again, this deck is, you can see, wide space. Could have killed him with Anakin there. I could have. Oh, you mean the turn before, killed him with Anakin? If I had the resources, I can kill him. Yeah, if it was maybe on the turn before, if that's what you're talking about, Kojon. Probably. I think I had a game before like where I just, if you got the resources, you can hit through. +2 on the Anakin and just bounce it back and forth. But yeah, it looks like he's shut down his browser, I think, after that. You got to think there's a bit more style points being able to, yeah, instead of home 1. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. That's how I finished the game before, just dropping Anakin as a pilot, bounce. I think he shut his browser after that, choose sides. Okay. There we go. 3-1. Still learning this deck. But that Anakin unit seems Pretty underrated, as Kurjan sort of pointed out then. We could have, instead of playing that home one the turn before, just dropped out Anakin and just bounced in between the units. I was playing it earlier tonight. The Resistance Blue Squadron was going off, so we haven't really seen it yet. Now, apparently this is a pretty hard matchup from what I've been told. If this is the aggressive Han 2 ECL. I kind of want 2-2 drops, so let's be a bit greedier. Grogu's good. Okay, let's take our top end out, home one, and choose sides. Yep, it's that one. All right, claim. Yeah, Han 2 scares me. Yeah. All right. What do we do here? Kind of want to play space units, but so I can get the Blue Squadron online. But I don't have a 2-drop here, so do I exhaust Maz and then play a Peacekeeper? Yeah, so with the Ray deck and some of the changes talked about, and only deck had issue is the Han deck just demolishing. Yeah, I have issues with the Han deck 2 deck as well into Ray. All right, let's get rid of the skirmisher. All right, I'll exhaust Maz. We'll play a Peacekeeper down. Yeah, Grogu slows down Han 2 pretty well. Yeah, I hope so. All right, let's claim. We'll have to kill this Maz before it gets out of hand. The Coruscant Guard seems pretty good as well. We get rid of the U-Wing here. Let's kill Maz. This Coruscant Guard might be able to take out this soldier. Yeah, so the Sabine Masterpiece is going to get a ping damage. We'll see what he puts it on. One every other matchup. Can't be mad. First ever PQ, and I went positive. Yeah, anything above 50%, I think is a win. I had about a 20-year gap of playing competitive card games before I come back to this. I used to play the Decipher Star Wars game, and what do we got here? Okay, Adelphi. All right, well, I think we can generate an X-Wing. Yeah, so I had about a 20-year gap, and when I come back set 1 of this, I didn't even know what a sideboard and that was. Didn't even know what a showdown, top cut, anything like that. So for me, it's yeah, it's been a bit of a journey, and yeah, I'm right into it. I think they've done a great job with the game. Yeah, card game since 2017. I did play Hearthstone online, and incidentally, I was ranked. There was one particular month that when they posted the leaderboards, I was actually ranked number 1 in the world for Hearthstone in about 2012. That's probably only my claim to fame that I have. Okay, that looks rough, that Ayla. What can we do here? We can... Let's exhaust this X-Wing. Yeah, like the back and forth yeah, it's same. It's kind of like chess, as people say. All right, let's pop that out. He's going to be able to put an XP if he attacks with the Masterpiece here. If not, we can blue squadron. Yeah, let's see where he puts the XP. He's tacked the data vault, so that's good for us. I feel like I need to hit into Ayla before it gets out of hand here. Yeah, never played. Hearthstone was great. Like, it was so good. And then the power creep just got too much. Feel like I have to kill it. Maybe I'll just blue squadron into it. Keep the Peacekeeper alive. Yeah, got really in auto chess games. Yeah. Any of the brawlers and that, like the chess type ones. Hearthstone used to have like well, it still does some. I can't remember the mode. It was kind of like a 8 player, or you kind of like picked your things and then it automatically done all the work and that. So it was kind of fun. It was called Battlefields or Battlegrounds or something like that. It was super fun mode. All right, let's kill the Ayla and then we can hit base as well. Restore a little bit. And then claim. This masterpiece might get out of hand. Okay, let's claim. All right, I feel like we can waylay the masterpiece. He's used his ECL. We can Anakin here as a pilot on an X-Wing to kill the Adelphi. All right, let's kill the Adelphi. We'll leave Anakin as a pilot so that the unit survives. We'll generate another X-Wing. And then we'll bring Ackbar out. Right, 15 over, back to work. Okay, see you, Apple. All right, so the dark saber. Well, I wish I'd kept that. It's going to hit for 21. I think we're okay with that. Going to take us to 28. He's probably got the masterpiece still in hand. I'll have you on another monitor, just can't type. Yeah, no worries. All right. Okay, wedge is interesting. If we had wedge, that becomes a 5, 8, 12, 15, 18. Plus 3 is still not enough. That takes us to 21. We'd be 1 off. All right, we'll see. We'll see how this one pans out. No. Wrecker. Might have got us on the wrecker. Because the wrecker is going to be able to come over the echo base there. Yeah, I think we got done on this one. Got a bit too greedy, I think. The dark saber on the Han, because we can play defender, but unfortunately it's just wrecker. Just that overwhelm that they're printed on it. Because we can hit for another 7, takes us to 16. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can kill wrecker, but that's it. Got a bit greedy. We needed to stop at least one of those hits from the Han. All right, it takes us to 3-2. Not bad. We kind of stabilized. I think just that dark saber on the probably should have saved the Ackbar tap. All right, another Han ECL. Let's see if we can have a better result this time. Okay. This just looks pretty good. We've got the Grogu again. We've got the Coruscant Guard, which is going to be able to run in. All right. Okay, let's start with Grogu. Then turn after we want to tap and then Coruscant Guard. When I say tap, we want to spawn a token. So we are playing the PQ winning list and we're trying to learn how to play it, how this guy won a PQ with it, what's the strategy in that for it. I tried Ackbar Green early on this set. My list was much, much different to this one. I actually might see if I can pull it up. It actually had like the new home 1 unit and that as well. So let's claim. Probably play something else. Yep. Spare the target. Let's get rid of Waylay. All right, so with Grogu, we're going to generate a token. And then we're going to run in with our Coruscant Guard into that 5 that soldier. Okay, so blue leader's going to run into it. So not ideal because we don't get our ambush anymore now. All right, so let's claim. Oh, that's a great draw. Is that get rid of Kira? The Resistance Blue Squadron, because we're able to just hit that blue leader without taking any damage at all. All right, I think we just claim here. So we can exhaust the Poe. We just play the Anakin and then spare the target, the Poe. No, that doesn't seem right either because he'll be able to charge in with the Poe and defeat the upgrade. So I think we just spawn another X-Wing out. Yeah, even the Echo base is really bad here. Right, let's just return the Poe. Make him ambush in if he wants to kill that Grogu. All right, let's claim. Probably got a Wrecker coming up next. It's the second game in a row we've had let's get rid of the Sundari. Second game in a row that we've hit Hantu ECL. Let's exhaust the Poe. We've now got our Ackbar online. We can exhaust. Let's have a look at his hand. And he does have the Wrecker. And he does have the Darksaber. So, all right, we'll say Wrecker. All right, let's hit into base. Do we generate a token? I think so. A Plo Koon is good. Don't think we need home 1 anymore. Right, he's going to attack Kira. All right, let's exhaust. The attack pod. Here comes Wrecker. So we've got been hit by Poe and then Wrecker. It's like we're playing Sabine. All right, so we can go Wedge. Let's pilot up. All right, so the Leia is a good draw. We do have the Anakin that we can add 6 damage on here if we can stop this onslaught. They have to kill Wedge. We have got Grogu to stop one of them. We've got 16 life to play with here. So let's stop the Poe. Right, so 25. We know he's got the Darksaber. So let's pilot. We're not going to get caught the game 2 games in a row by the Darksaber. Let's hit base, return Anakin to hand. And pilot again. Return Anakin to hand, and then pilot again. There we go. So we didn't get caught by the Darksaber. Against that Han, we had Leia up our sleeve, and we were able to correctly play Anakin out to win that one. Do we go best of 3? That person's already left. All right, so 4-2 currently. Why not? 3 Hantu ECLs in a row. I think they're different people each time. Against even like a super aggro deck, this deck seems to do a fair bit of work. All right, let's get rid of those. Let's do the delegate. Maz Kanata seems like a great target for the Sanctioner shuttle. All right, claim. Any timelies, but what do we do here? Do we exhaust or do we kill the renegade? Because we could hit the renegade and here and exhaust the Maz Kanata and then pick it up next turn. So let's kill the renegade here. All right, let's get rid of the delegate. Blue leader. Yep. All right, let's claim. What can we do here? If we exhaust, we'll generate a token. Let's generate a token. All right, well, what do we take here? The 4/5. I think the Mars will get too big. All right, let's claim. We'll be able to shoot that Ayla down. We can shoot it down or we can capture this one. I think we just shoot it down. We're hitting the base. If he plays a Darksaber, that's all they've been doing lately. Okay. All right, what do we do here? We capture again. We've got the layer, and we've got the tap. All right, let's do that. We capture the Maz. Let's see. Problem we got, as soon as we jump out, we're probably going to get wrecked here. Yeah, as soon as that ECL base, if only Ackbar could be deployed up into space, we could just avoid everything here. Let's waylay the... Maybe this needs like an outmaneuver or something, at least in the side for this kind of matchup. Because we knew we had the Wrecker. If we deployed the Ackbar, we just get done by that. So two sides is too slow. I think we exhaust the Wrecker. He's only got 3, got 1. So he goes to 31. And we've got another 8 plus 3. Anakin pilot would have been great here. ECL in. Yeah, just got us. Wow. 3 Han 2 ECLs in a row. Super aggro. All right, can we try a Anakin data vault? Be interesting to see the person that won the PQ, what kind of matchups they had. All right, so would you like mulligan? No, that seems good. Choose side seems really good in this matchup. All right, so Echo base can probably go and home 1. Bright Hope. Yep. Let's claim. Get rid of the Sundari. We don't want him trading up. So let's exhaust. Let's just go full space. So we went, what do we go? 1-2 against those decks. All right, let's claim. This is going to work out really good for us. We don't need Padme this late in the picture. All right. Keep hitting through. All right, let's claim. What do we got? Echo-based defenders, not great. Here's the delegates, not that great either. Let's exhaust one of our units. Let's draw a delegate, see what we get. Steela Guerrera. Can probably get rid of that with our Coruscant Guard. All right, we can exhaust the Anakin when it comes out. Our skirmisher, and we've also got a good choose sides for next turn. All right. Army intervention. Okay, Poe Dameron. Okay, he's going to get us to discard a card. I mean, the Plo Koon is... We could use the Plo Koon to kill Let's get rid of the home one. And he's base for 2. Right, let's exhaust the Anakin. We're trying to build up a bigger space as we can. Let's see how he handles that. We do have a choose sides if he plays something super big, but he's kind of got to kill Ackbar because I'm just going to tap one of these if he doesn't. The worst play for us would be a bombing run. Would just wreck us here. We got tech. Okay, that's interesting. We'll just tap his Poe. We've got 8, 10, 14 on board. What, 12 on board now? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Should be enough. Got 6 left. All right. We've got that one. Wants a rematch, okay. My guess is he's going to sideboard. I don't know what to bring in for that match. All right, Grogu Delegate is okay. Let's go with that. Home 1, Kira. Home 1, Waylay. Home 1, go Kira. Prefer not to have things on the ground. Get rid of Anakin. Because he can just hit up like he's doing there. All right, let's create a unit. All right, choose sides, okay. Not the greatest. Even the Coruscant Guard's not great because it just trades up. Even when you've got it switched on with coordinate. A Blue Squadron, not Blue Squadron, the Resistance Squadron would have been great there to take out. Blue Leader, let's resolve that. We can just claim. Can capture, can waylay. Let's get rid of waylay. Let's take out the R2. All right, we can kill this A-Wing, I think, here. Because we do have our Sanctioner shuttle, so if he really goes down to the ground here. Okay, well that works out great for us. We'll just Plo Koon that. And we'll leave him on 4. Let's get rid of Grogu. Get rid of Waylay. Let's spawn a new X-Wing. If he hits base, we'll capture it. Let's deploy. Let's hit the Anakin just so that it's got some damage on it. Yeah. All right, another shuttle. Okay, I think we can get Ackbar. We can also tap the Anakin. That lets our Han hit in here. Timely Bright Hope. Okay. Han can hit in there. Let's pass. Okay. The Delegate's so cool when you get to play it with the choose sides, which we're nearly at. Let's get rid of Bright Hope. He's going to fell. Let's tap the shuttle to begin with. Let's reinforce. We got Wedge, Grogu. We got Resistance, Blue Squadron. We could Blue Leader. Yeah, that'll clear the space. All right. I think we've stabilized this game. We've got tech now. We've got not much in our discard pile that we could use. We got done with the Hammerhead. I think I'll just play home 1 just for the restore. Let's hit into base and we'll also spawn another one. Okay, we could expect like a Crate Dragon or something here. But it kind of has to deal with the home 1. Otherwise it's game over. All right. Get into base. Oh, I should have exhausted that with Grogu. Let's try and get Something in space. So let's start with blue leader. And then resistance blue squadron. We should be able to... Let's kill this one. We already had a blue leader. All right, let's get rid of the layer. We didn't really play that turn too well. Try and concentrate a bit now. Not that it mattered too much. Okay, home one. Seems like a good unit that we can trade. All right. Let's play a delegate. Let's then trade that delegate. All right. All right, one more game. We dropped 2 games to Solo ECL, and we've dropped 1 to Ackbar Green. Lucky last game in this 10-game streak. Pretty cool deck. Obviously making quite a few mistakes along the way, but yeah, pretty. I didn't feel like there's any game that we weren't in that we could have, maybe made some different plays and won. There's a couple we lost, especially that first one with the dark saber. If I'd have held back Ackbar's ability, might have been able to stop that one of the dark sabers hitting. Haven't really used Padme yet. Padme you want sort of like first turn. So they did talk about the video. I have linked the video in the description, which is the deck tech by the guy who won the PQ. He did talk a little bit about Kira. What do we do? I like the delegate here and how you can sort of outgrind them. But this will be a grindy match, I would say. He talked about having, I think it was like Devastators, and he chose sides on a couple of them. Sanctioner Shuttle doesn't seem like the greatest in this matchup because it can be so easily removed. We'll try it. All right. Okay, Anakin is okay here. Well, I wanted to keep the Sanctioner Shuttle for the Pershing, but I think that's going to be... But then I also want to Bright Hope, the delegate. All right, let's get rid of the shuttle. Play that one down as a unit. We'll just spare the target. All right. I don't think we need Bright Hope anymore. All right, let's continue to play out units. I don't think we need the delegate anymore. The timelies I'm kind of waiting for later in the match. He does run a Snoke. We're kind of in trouble. Let's just exhaust and then see what he does. If he flips Kira, we can hit it with the squadron. Yeah. It's not great. He's got a good barrage here. All right, well, we'll just hit Kira. He's still got a good barrage if he wants to here. Let's just keep pushing damage. Obviously, he doesn't have the barrage. Otherwise, he would have played it. The Plo Koon's decent. All right. Okay, he's going to traitor us. We're okay with that. We just keep hitting away. See, why didn't you use Kira's power there to put a shield on and then hit in? He would have saved his unit. Let's keep Pershing sort of damaged. We need Leia, or we want the guard here. I think the guard could be a Vader or something. Runs out and hits us here, and we might need the guard to go in and clean up. We're going to save these timelies for after a super laser blast. All right, vigilance. Okay. My guess is he's banking on a super laser blast here, so I'm just not even going to commit any more to the board than what we have. Okay, we're going to timely and an echo base. And just hope he doesn't have a Snoke. Hope he's one of the Kiras that haven't put it in. All right, choose sides is good. Plo Koon is good, but yeah. I don't want to get rid of any of those. Okay, Avenger. Right, you can have an X-Wing. Let's exhaust and let's just choose sides. Okay, what do we? I think we can get rid of the guard now. Is this our first Kira match of the night? Let's see if he has another blast. If he does, we'll just follow it straight up with a timely. Okay, no glory. I think we're okay with that. Let's keep tapping away. And here, slowed out. Yeah, lagged out a bit. All right. We've got 7 health to go. What's he got for us? Perimeter AT Walker. Worth the Plo Koon? Yeah, I think so. If I hit in now, he's kind of in range of the Plo Koon, rather than spawning a X-Wing. All right. Gonna have to board wipe. Do something spectacular here. Got a lot of cards, 6 cards. Okay, here comes Vader. Vader will hit the defender. All right, we'll get rid of the pike. All right, let's U-wing. If we hit a wedge, we might be good. That's a hot shot. So wedge gives +1/+1 to all vehicles and gives them ambush. And we're able to boost those X-Wings up to 3/3s. All right. I think he's closed his browser. A couple of rough games in there with the Han 2 ECL. I think we could have played it a little bit tighter potentially, but it was close matches. The first match of the thing was against a Palpatine Green. That was a really good match. We lost, and they're the 3 we lost. We've won all the others with a deck that no one really wanted to play. It was not on any of the competitive lists, and I think the list that has been put together that won the PQ is not tier 1 or anything like that, but it is competitive. Here we go, 7-3. You can take it to a showdown, have some fun. You'll probably finish somewhere, middle of the pack, above average, and that depending on the player skill. And you have a good time. So I have a PQ in a couple of weeks. Because I've already run a PQ, I'll be sort of helping my teammates out on the day and just having a bit of fun. If I hit any of them, in the finals or anything like that, I'll just be conceding so that they can get through and get that day 1 bye. So I'll be picking a deck like this or picking a deck like Trench. So if you have any opinions or what I should run, whether it's Rose, Data Vault, something like that, just drop it in the comments of the video. All right, well, that's it for tonight. Super fun playing Ackbar Data Vault. It was a pretty cool deck. Hey, Salush. You've just caught the tail end of the live stream. We went 7-3 with Ackbar Data Vault using the PQ winning list. It was a lot of fun, a lot of toolbox kind of interactions, a lot of learnings. I think it take 50 or 60 reps of this into the various matchups for you to get really good at it. So yeah, super fun. All right, well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I will chat to you later. I think the next stream that I'm going to do, I think I'm going to check out Han 2 Data Vault. So Han 2 Green, I think there it is looking like a pretty cool list as well. I think this one here, I will give this one a go next time. All right.